I am glad she broke your heart, and I'm even glad that I got my heart broken too. You see, I believe getting your heart broken as a man is simply a rite of passage. If you never get your heart broken, you truly won't ever see what you're emotionally capable of, and you won't see the beauty of other opportunities that will inevitably be presented to you. Now, I remember my first breakup, one of my first ones. And I was in 10th grade, I was in high school. It kind of came out of nowhere. I was not expecting it. Everything seemed fine to me. Keep in mind, we were only dating around 2-3 months. And then all of a sudden she's like, yeah, not feeling the spark. And came to find out she actually went back to her ex-boyfriend, ended up getting pregnant by him. They have a few kids till this day. And in hindsight, I was the rebound guy, is what it is. And not even only that, but my prior relationships after that, I necessarily didn't get broken up with, but I was put in positions to where I had to break up with people, and that is just as hard. You see, a lot of people think that just getting broken up with is the hard part, but imagine you're in a situation to where a woman or whoever sabotages the relationship and then creates a situation where you're forced to leave them. That hurts just as bad. Or even if you're the guy where maybe there's some other reason why you had to break up with her, but then you start feeling those feelings of regret, or did you make the right decision? So there's multiple sides to the coin, but regardless, I am truly glad that she broke your heart and that you got to experience that. Now, the reason why I am is because you'll start to realize that no change equals no growth. If you stay the same, everything will always be the same, and through that, you won't have new experiences or new challenges. You see, I talk about the 2019 girl quite a bit, and this is the girl who quote unquote red pilled me or got me accustomed to female nature. But I think of a scenario, what if she didn't do that? What if she gave me a situation to where everything was perfect? Imagine how unaware I would be in my position in life overall. That would have created a butterfly effect. I would not have started my second YouTube channel. I would not have gained a curiosity of dating dynamics whatsoever, because I'm not presenting any significant challenge or force of change because everything was perfect. And that's from the fact that it gives you a chance to discover more about yourself. Not only that, but once you've gone through a breakup, it makes you realize how comfortable you've actually have gotten. Because what do most guys do? When they're in a comfortable relationship, when everything's going right, when everything just seems super ideal, most guys tend to sort of regress. It happens very, very slowly. You stop going to the gym as hard. You stop putting the effort into your swag, into your looks. You stop really being that guy that attracted her in the first place. And once guys go through that pain of the breakup, what do? They look at themselves in the mirror. Damn, who have I become? Who is this guy? I don't even recognize him. Look back 2-3 years ago, and you just seem like a different person, not only mentally, but physically. Right? So that's the beauty of these breakups too, is from the fact that it forces you to change in all areas. It forces you to change mentally. It makes you see different perspectives. In hindsight, especially when it comes to breakups, it's a bitch. You look back and you realize all the negative things or the things you've done that could have been better, or in some cases how you should have broken up a long time ago. You were delaying that breakup for so many months and years, and that overall just delayed your progress in yourself. But now you have the clarity. Now you can look at yourself and be like, I got some stuff I need to work on. I need to go harder in the gym. I need to start putting an effort into my career, into my business, into my skill set. Oh, now I have more time to read. Before I was trying to entertain her and figure out what we can do for date night. But now I have more time for myself. And that's the beauty of the breakup, is that you're not spending any more time with her. You're now replacing that time with yourself. You can figure out the things you need to work on. You can push towards growth. And that's where a lot of guys tend to find out who they truly are. And that's why a breakup can simply just be a blessing in disguise. Now, one way that I've learned to navigate those challenges is to have a safe place to process them. And that's why I'm excited to share today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that's on a mission to start making therapy easier and more accessible. Therapy is such an underrated tool for growth, and it's not just for when you feel like you're at rock bottom, for example in a breakup, but also it's a space to reflect, to understand yourself better, and to get the tools needed to tackle life's obstacles, no matter what they are. And I've realized that some of the biggest breakthroughs that I've had in my life has simply came from being vulnerable and opening up about what's going on inside. In fact, a few months ago, I had this experience where I had a lot going on. It was a lot of stress. And I was talking to a family a close family friend of mine because I was back from the holidays. And as I was talking about the problems and situations, I gave myself a new perspective. And that's when I realized in that moment, even though that wasn't an official therapy session, how just therapy just works not only from the perspective you get from the other person, but sometimes you just answer your own questions. And that's truly, truly valuable. And as you guys know, us men, we're often told to just manage the things on our own and on the inside. But trust me, having somebody that you can talk to who really listens can actually make all the difference. And what's great about BetterHelp is how easy it is to get started. You just fill out a simple questionnaire, and in most cases, within days, you're matched with a licensed therapist who fits your needs. They even make it easier to switch therapists if you do not feel like this is the right one. And because it's all done online, you can do it from the comfort of your own home. So when I look back at those moments of heartbreak or stagnation, I realized that they were the times where I needed the most support. And therapy can give you a safe place to explore those emotions and turn them into fuel for growth. So if you're ready to take that next step, visit betterhelp.com/Austin Dunham or click the link in the description to get 10% off your first month. Take the first step into growing into the best version of yourself, because even heartbreak can be the beginning of something amazing. Once again, link will be down below. Now, going through a breakup, I'm not gonna lie, physically and emotionally, it's probably one of the hardest times I felt ever in my life. It's so weird. It's like nothing has ever created that emotional sort of turmoil that you will feel whenever you go through a breakup. You guys know it. Sometimes you can't eat, you can't sleep, you're just in constant thought of the good times and what would happen if we would have stayed together. And your brain just starts to play tricks on you. And that's where I've learned two very, very important concepts when it comes to breakups. First off is that your brain necessarily won't always remember the great times. In fact, it will actually purposely try not to remember the good times because you start reminiscing on everything that's good. But what has helped me is creating a list of notes and remembering what was bad in the first place. Because keep in mind, most breakups never end with just one breakup. You've probably broken up a handful of times leading up to the big breakup, or you guys have taken breaks or whatever. But whenever I was visually able to see the arguments or maybe the decisions or actions of what led to that breakup through writing it down, that's when I remind my brain we're here for a reason. Because even after a few months, why do couples tend to go back to one another? It's because simply they forgot about the bad times and their brain only remembers the good times. But this will lead in a constant cycle of breakup, 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 because the same issues will start to show themselves over and over again. Now, the second thing I realized is that breaking up is almost equivalent to the death of a very close friend, which I never personally have experienced yet. Not even really close family members. I have not had that experience yet, but I know inevitably I will one day, and so will all of us. But the idea is that the reason why you feel that pain is because nothing you can do or nothing in the universe is gonna bring them back to you, which also starts to create those positive thoughts we talked about before of what if, or you start thinking about the good times. But time heals everything. It truly does. You see, at first it starts in waves. The waves come really big, crashing down. It hurts, you can't sleep, you can't eat, a lot of emotional turmoil. But then, after month 1, the wave gets a little bit smaller. After month 2, the wave gets even smaller. After month 5, the wave is tiny, and after a year, it barely affects you. It takes time, it truly does. And people have their own ways of dealing with breakup, but I've also have found that taking action through emotional turmoil, people don't realize how much of a superpower that is. That's also why I'm glad she broke your heart, because you can truly see what you're capable of as a man from an emotional standpoint, from the sole fact that you are willing to still take action despite the emotional turmoil that you're going through. Spending more time in the gym, like I said, focusing more on studying, still going through your daily habits, actions, routines, still putting a smile on when you need to. That's not easy. And let's be real, most guys probably aren't doing that, especially women. Women going through breakups, I've seen pretty catastrophic behavior in terms of self-sabotaging behaviors with drugs, alcohol, bad decisions. But us men, if you're in the right headspace, you will know that yes, this is difficult, but the fact that you're still able to go through it, that truly just creates a stronger person. And though it's so cliche, what doesn't kill you does in fact make you stronger, especially emotionally, especially. And it's come to a point now where I've experienced multiple breakups. I had to let go of a lot of people in my life, especially once you start casually dating or even having certain situationships, it's not like the emotional connection isn't there, but the more experience you had in the past, the more you know that you will find something greater in the long-term outcome, and it's just easier to let go. The first breakup is always the hardest, will always be. But once you've had it a handful of times, you're like, I've been through this before. I know how I'm feeling. I know right now is simply temporary. I know without a shadow of a doubt, I could find somebody better than her, who looks better, who treats me better, who acts better, and who provides more value to my life. And that's how we craft that abundance mindset. Now keep in mind, breakups, whether it be on your own terms or somebody else, it will happen in every area of your life. Just relationships is not the only thing. It's gonna happen through departure of death, through family. You're gonna experience the same thing one day. It's gonna happen in the future, more than likely, based on statistics actually, that relationships, a lot of them don't last. So you're gonna feel that experience again, hopefully not, but you might. Jobs, especially in the corporate world, people get let go all the time. Everything is going fine. You're on year 3, year 4 in the company, all of a sudden they just let you go. No questions asked, just sorry, we're downsizing. You're probably gonna feel the same exact way, but now with a layer of stress because you have no income. So do understand and realize that this will happen in every area of your life. But I'm glad that it happened, and you should be glad too, because you'll realize the person that you came out in the end as is truly remarkable. Once again, don't forget to check out BetterHelp. I'll leave a link down below if you want 10% off your first month. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.